When that was over, the spring term would open, the closing term at the school, and Tom would soon be in line as a sophomore. But much was to happen before he could count himself a second-year student. "Think anyone will catch us?" asked George Abbott, who never could seem to stop asking questions. "What if they do, you old interrogation point?" inquired Tom. "Nothing. Only I don't want to be expelled just when the freshman year is so nearly over." "Don't worry, just trust to me," spoke Jack. "I'm running this outfit, and we're not going to be caught." "There's someone now just ahead of us," suddenly exclaimed Bert, drawing back. The others instinctively paused. "No danger," called Tom, who was a little in advance of his chums. "It's our friend Bennington." "Hello, Tom Fairfield," greeted a voice out of the darkness. "Whither away?" "Into town on a lark. Want to come along?" "Thanks, no. Remember, I'm a grave and reverend senior, and not a giddy freshman like yourself. I have a reputation to maintain, and I can't afford to take any chances with my graduation in prospect. I'd like to, though. I'll see that you get in safely, however, in case there's any danger." "Thanks," called our hero Tom, as he and his chums passed on, while Bruce Bennington, a senior whom Tom had aided in a peculiar way during the former term, headed toward Elmwood Hall. "He's a great chap," commented Bert. "He sure is," agreed Jack. "And he's a heap sight different than he was before Tom found the forged note that Skill held over him." "I'm glad I was able to help him," said Tom. "Come on now, fellows, sprint for it. I think I hear a car coming." They broke into a run, and a little later had boarded an electric vehicle that ran near the preparatory school and into the town of Elmwood proper. "Look who's here," spoke Jack to Tom in a low voice as they took their seats, and he nodded toward the far corner of the car. "Who?" asked Tom, and then he added, "Oh, Sam Heller." "And Nick Johnson is with him," went on Jack. "Well, I guess they won't make any trouble for him," said Tom, for the two lads had been, and still were, his enemies. "Unless they squeal on us," suggested Bert Wilson. "They're just as much in the fire as we are," protested Jack. "They may have gotten permission to go to town," came from George Abbott. "Not much," asserted Tom. "They cut for it the same as we did, and they won't say anything." Sam Heller and his crony glanced over at our friends, but said nothing, and the car continued on its way. Soon it was in town, and Tom and Hisham's hurried to a theater that the schoolboys patronized. They were a little late to see the start of the performance, but they did not mind that. "Say, this is great!" exclaimed Bert, as one turn after another was gone through with behind the footlights. "Here comes a sleight-of-hand performer," remarked Jack. "I always like to see them, even though I know they fake every trick." "Say, did you see that?" exclaimed George, as the man apparently picked cards out of mere air. "How does he do it?" "Foolish question number 847, exclaimed Tom in a whisper. "If you ask 3 more, you've reached your limit, and out you go." George subsided, and with the others watched the play, which was a sort of musical comedy with vaudeville interspersed. The performance was over all too soon, and the boys started back toward school after a round of sodas in a drugstore. "Well, we'll soon be going home for the Easter vacation, and then the baseball season will open when we get back," spoke Jack. "Say, Tom, are you going to keep your promise and spend Easter week with me?" "Well, I don't know, Jack. You see, Dad and Mother wrote to me to go down in the country and visit an old aunt of mine whom I haven't seen for ages. I don't see how I can make it to go to your place, much as I'd like it." "Are your folks still in Australia?" asked Bert. "No, they've left there," explained Tom. "They went there to look up some property a relative left to my father. They've been gone a long while now, at least it seems so to me, though the time has passed quickly enough while I've been here at Elmwood Hall. But I got a letter the other day from Dad, saying that the property matter was all settled satisfactorily and that they had started for home." "Are they coming by way of Europe as they planned?" asked Jack. "Cracky! Wouldn't I like to see Europe, though?"